Incremental Science 14. This is the collapse discussion, the condensing of your power and what takes place if you were able to subsequently start condensing your power, consolidating your power. Meditation helps with this in a very strong way. To raise your meditation to a height only you would know when you're able to see your energy move from one part to the next. This takes a lot of meditation. This takes a lot of focus. The average person who just starting to meditate is not going to even understand what this is. They haven't reached that level yet. It's levels within meditation. The longer you meditate for the period of time that you're staying in this stillness, things start to awaken in yourself. And the longer you stay in these meditations, you get to see the process of energy that's flowing around the whole circumference of your ship, of your body, of your casket that you're in. So what this means, when you're in your divine state, right, and you're in your higher consciousness, your alpha state, you're meditating, you're in meditation, you're in your divine state, you're pulling in from the Taurus field, you're getting direct divine energy. You want to try to focus and stay within that. You want to just tie, within yourself, your heart. You want to tie that Taurus field energy directly into your heart. And you want to imagine yourself turning it and tightening it inside yourself like a roll, like you're rolling up a hose or something, on a spindle, a hose that like your spindles when you roll up a hose. Imagine yourself rolling this universal energy into a knot with your energy, like they're twisting together. Imagine you're condensing it and squeezing and holding it real tight. And that's the only place where your focus is. Your focus is not on nothing outside of you, nothing nobody said, none of that. It's not going on the dog barking, the phone ringing, none of that. I hope you ain't cooking nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to burn. You have to focus. You have to lock this in. And when you lock this in and you can stay just focused on that energy for a minute, what happens is that energy starts to become familiar with who you are. The universal energy starts to, after it condenses and it fills up the space of condension, it starts to push into your body. You'll see it like start to bleed into your body. Like it'll be like soft waves, just filling up your whole existence, like from wherever it is in the center of you, out through your arms to your fingertips. And it feels good. It feels like it's almost like a warm water being poured inside your body. It like it washes inside of you. You're like, whoa, it just feels so good. That's how you know you're locking in divine energy. At that point, as soon as you lock in that divine energy, you got to keep in mind, this divine energy is going to strengthen everything. This is going to bring you to a higher state of mind in that stillness. When you do that, everything that you was blocking out to get that focus is going to become that much louder. This is why the focus is very important. You're going to lock in this energy. And when you lock in that energy, all your senses are going to heighten. So it's a balance with this. Like as soon as you get it the first time, it's going to take you up there. So you got to be like, how am I going to lock it up? You got to pull it back down. You got to pull it all the way back in. You got to pull your senses and everything back into the center. And you got to keep condensing. You got to keep tightening it up. The more you can do that, right, what's going to happen is the energies, the vibrations outside, the outside vibrations, no matter what it is in the color spectrum, how they're coming at you, wherever they are on the incremental scale, you're going to hold those at bay with that universal divine energy. So they'll just subsequently float around you. After they are sitting around you and they're floating around you for a while, what happens is I like to call the earthly singularities. Because as the mother, so below the mother. So even if the energies outside, her counterpart has its own similarities to the mother, even though it's not, it's like the lesser energy of divine or the lesser energy of the great moon. When they send out these contacts, what happens is the more you withstand them, they collapse on themselves like a singularity. Because they're not being able to get in and they're wasting energy. They don't have a mechanism that sends them back where they come from. So it's just energy just sitting there. What's going to happen with that energy sitting there, especially with your divine energy growing, and you're putting it directly into your Taurus field. Let me add that in there real quick. I should have did that just to make it look more. Like you should be pulling this energy directly down, and it should be coming directly down into your Taurus field. And this is the only energy that you should be dealing with, which is universal divine energy. As soon as you lock that energy directly in, that's coming into you, that's serving that pretense. The universal energy is everlasting. It's never going to stop. So this outside energy has to be forced, or it has to be propagated by the fears and retrospects of humans, which is short-lived. These are experiences, they're fleeting. They don't really hold a real value to energy. So as long as you keep that in retrospect, you can constantly download divine energy and grow your divine field on the inside, which will ultimately start to push these fields out, which allows them to collapse on themselves because they have nowhere else to go back. So they're just going to spin here as it's going, and they'll collapse on itself and disappear. It'll come in, collapse point. It'll collapse on itself. It'll keep trying to come. It'll collapse on itself. Every vibration that matches to the chakras that throw deterrence into your life will literally collapse on itself. And you have to understand this. So this is why patience is more important. The patience is not needed for people outside of you. The patience is needed for divine energy, so you can learn how to deal with that and what that looks like coming into you. The incremental value is highly important because you can actually see how far you are pushing these waves away once you understand. Now, if you remember the diagram from yesterday, if I was standing more aware of the system, I'm more like kind of pushing it away, like trying to stop it, like, oh my God, what's going on? I feel all this stuff. That's why I gave you the analogy of the hand holding this way, the hand up this way, and the hand this way, kind of pushing it, you know what I'm saying? And see, that ideal is showing the function or the malfunction of people dealing in the world with things coming in, not knowing why or what's happening. You don't have to worry about all that. Just stay in divine energy. Let divine energy grow out of you and push. And the more you can stay in that meditation, you'll be able to push the waves outward. The waves will actually feel it. They'll see dominance is always key. Being dominant in divine power, that's key. Don't be dominant in nothing else. Be dominant with divine. And if you can do that, and you're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to hold you. Incremental 13, Naga. Like, comment, subscribe, share. If you like this, you already know the vibes. The information is down in the description. Deuces.